Hello, my name is Kirioth again, and this is just a quick little mini video because last week, wasn't it? Yeah, sure, probably, I made a video on how not to do a scenic base. I went in with all the right ideas and I just fully did not do it properly. It was very much a spur of the moment thing. I was like, oh, I've got an idea. I'll do the thing. I should have planned it. Should have planned it a lot. Just in any way planned it. That would have been nice. And the end result was okay. It could be a lot better, and I'm going to make another one. But I didn't really properly explain the creation that the base was for. And a few of you essentially were like, what the hell is that model? So it's this. I thought I would show you the model by itself so you actually know what it is and can see it properly, with paint on it and everything. Nowhere near finished, obviously, still work in progress, but I thought I would show you what it actually is. So, as I said in that video, it is a Chaos Lord on Jetbike, which the astute amongst you will note is not a real thing. It's not a thing that's in the codex. You can't take a Chaos Lord on Jetbike. There is no Jetbike available, but it was one of those things where I found a scimitar Jetbike and I went, you know what? How bad is that? I found it in my bits box. Ludicrous. And I went, you know what? It would be awesome to have a Jetbike in my Emperor's Children Force. That would be cool. They can't take one, but I'm gonna make something anyway. Why not? And so I did. Now I'm gonna tell you what's actually on it. The list is fairly long, but I'll try and be quick. Essentially, it is the scimitar Jetbike from Forge World. On the front of it, there is one of those cool little Chaos speakers that's got like a face on it. On the side, each side of the front, there is a Chaos symbol and a Slaanesh symbol. I also have got the whips from the Exalted Chariot of Slaanesh coming out of the sides. Makes it look sort of like a what is that fish that's got the long whiskers? One of them. There's a part from is it the Morghast from Age of Sigmar? The big dudes with the spectral wings. The wings that I used on my Demon Prince, in fact. There's like a chest piece from one of those on the top, just to provide a bit of extra fancy, because a bit of extra fancy is always nice. On the underside, which you can't actually see in the video, I've just realised, there is a piece from the Skaven Stormfiend kit, just again to add a little bit extra to make it a bit more decorative. The body itself is actually just a full-on normal Space Marine. It's the body of the guy that came with the bike, so there's not really been anything done there. The shoulder pads are two Chaos shoulder pads from various kits. There is the arm from an Adeptus Custodes with the axe. Admittedly, the Guardian Spear would have made a bit more sense, but I really like the shape of the axe, and I thought, it's already a unit that doesn't exist, why not just put that on there because I like it, it's fun. Don't know if it's ever going to be actually used for anything anyway. I took the power pack off, I believe it's one of the Dark Vengeance Chaos Space Marines. I had to strip down the back of it and file it so that it fit on the actual Chaos Marine on the bike. I know technically the ones that came with this Jetbike don't have backpacks, but I wanted it there because it's more chaosy that way. It's an unmistakably Chaos backpack, so I thought that would be a cool thing to add. The banner is from the... I think it's the Demonets Slaanesh kit, if I remember correctly. It's one that's like, it flutters off one of their standards. There's a couple of Custodes Alaris Terminator like thigh pads on the top of the back of the bike, just again to add a bit of extra decoration and to partially hide the mess I made of the backpack. There's a Demonet claw sticking out the back for a bit of added creepy and weird, and the head is a Night Lord's head from Horus Heresy. Now, I've used those like Night Lord's heads for quite a few models in my Emperor's Children army. I know technically they are Night Lords, not Emperor's Children, but they look cool. They've got awesome skull faces. They look cool, so I use them. That's literally all there is to it. And that's about it for the components list. There's a fair number of different kits that have gone into this, which is ridiculous given that it's not it's not a legitimate unit, but whatever. Paint wise, I wanted the actual vehicle itself to be similar to the Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights that I've done, and the Typhon Heavy Siege Tank. But then I decided to try something a little bit different with it. I wanted to try and get a bit of orange in there, get it a bit more like synthwave, even more synthwave than the rest of the army already is. And Byron from Artis Opus did a video showing how to paint a Necron Croissant of Death with that kind of colour scheme, and I was like, that's solid, love it, I'm going to give it a go on this. And originally I was just going to do him all in that kind of orange to purple, but I decided that I wanted at least the body of the Chaos Lord to have a bit more tied into the kind of turquoisey bluey colour that is on the rest of the army. So I decided to give his armour a kind of like half and half vibe almost. So he's got a bit of that colour on there, but I say most of it, actually I think there's more blue than anything else. But yeah, I wanted to tie it in a bit more, so I gave him a bit of extra colour. Still a lot of work to do, but I've got most of the basic blends down, so a lot of it now is just going to be things like the cowling over the engine, the exhaust, the bolter, the engine on the back, and the exhaust on the bottom. It's all of like the metallic stuff for the most part. I'm pretty happy with how the colours laid down. Needs a bit of shade and a bit of wash here and there, but overall, so far looking pretty appropriate to go along with the rest of the Emperor's Children force. And yeah, that is what he is. So now you know. If you're wondering what the hell that unit was that I was making a base for, that's it. Still a lot of work to do, but I'm happy with him so far. Anyway, that's gone on for way too long. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any like idea as to what this could be run as, Lord Discordant I've seen a few times. That seems like a good shout. If you reckon that would work as a Lord Discordant, then do let me know. If you've got any other ideas as to what this possibly could be run as, then yeah, leave them in the comments down below. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things. There's the affiliate link, all that stuff. You know the deal. I'll see you for the next one.